the city, I don't want to be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you got to hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check and took off. A lot of these was lost.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Wentz now on first down. And complete to Zach Ertz. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Wentz on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6, and it'll be Dolphin football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away. And that is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Stills the intended target. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run with Ajayi. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Now, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now,
they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And some room to work. Nice move at the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Clock running, under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And a short gain down to about the 33. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Here we go. Here we go. Waiting. Rip.
Now a toss play. It's a Ajayi. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, ram.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Run.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Charles Harris in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Over.
He'll look to throw, being chased out left. Now the ball comes loose, and the Eagles have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Short throw, pick-6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Here's Ajayi, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it third down. Now it's Ajayi. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. They run for it with Ajayi. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll throw it. Wentz rolling to his... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Kiko Alonso, the former Eagle, leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. He finds Ajayi, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13 and also the first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. They are in an
interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. He's going to let one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Balaj. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It
certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. Danny Amendola on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back from the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Wentz now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
Let's go.
Throwing on first is Wentz. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
On play action, it's Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Strong, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Elliott now to kick this one away. Now Amendola. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Detroit! Detroit! No, check! Patriot! Patriot! Hot!
Balaj. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Right back to him on 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll run here with Balaj. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face a 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And it's caught by Parker. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They run it with Balaj. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Again, it's Balaj. And he'll be taken down at the 34. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed and being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun. Wentz. Going up top. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jordan Hicks leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And they'll run it here. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. He'll look to throw here. And he finds Stills, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And Stills over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Dolphins, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the